Even there's this pandemic, store seems to be somewhat crowded, isn't it? Our schedules are kind of cluttered as we enter into December, and so much now that Christmas is in few days or maybe in few hours. Our minds can become overwhelmed and our hearts can become too excited. Welcome, friends and families. My name is Chris Chua, and I'm from Swift Current, Saskatchewan, Canada. The purpose of this channel is to create content videos that will help us get inspired in our day-to-day Christian lives. And without further ado, let's get to the devotion. Like I said, when the store gets too crowded, there's no space. When our schedules become full, there's no room. And just like Jesus, when he was born, there was no room available for him. The inn were fully booked and there's no room for the king. I wonder what it would be like if they know who's the room for. I remember stories from my country, Philippines, where because of poverty and maybe old school fashion, most of the living rooms are not in a hospital, but the living rooms are in an actual bedroom. For baby Jesus, he wasn't born in a room at all. It wasn't comfortable space, and it's not even sanitized. He was born in a place where air quality was poor and probably not insulated. Mary, Jesus' mom, didn't get any shots for the pain, and she also didn't have a beautiful knitted blanket for her to wrap her baby in. But instead, Jesus was wrapped in a strip of cloths and was placed in a manger. There wasn't a place, but they were still able to create a room. So before we get too excited with the decorations that needed to be put up, or even the funniest games that part of the program, or even the food menu, the Christmas Eve, let's not forget to make room. You know, most of the time we get pretty worked up and we forget about him. We go to church physically, but we're not mentally there. We fake smile our way through the season without fixing the broken relationship with someone. We prioritize everything without making time to the one who created us. We go to parties, we go to events, we go to trips without considering how would Jesus want to celebrate his own precious day. We go to parties, attend events, trips without considering how would Jesus want us to celebrate his own precious day. We buy awesome gifts, we buy the perfect gifts, but forgetting the most important gift of all. This Christmas Day can be overwhelming with the pandemic and all the stuff that needs to get done. And with all that, I hope we don't forget the true meaning of Christmas. And that meaning that he was born to show us what God's like. He was born to express what's God's love. And to show us the truth, the way, and the life. And most of all, he was born to die. The true meaning of Christmas is that on that day, on that precious day, not only mercy came with him, but also mercy came by him. So whether you're celebrating Christmas with joy and gladness, or maybe not celebrating at all, I encourage you to make room. If there's no room, please create one. The people working in that inn doesn't know who's coming. They doesn't know who's knocking on the door. But we are privileged. We are privileged to know, for the scripture said, the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. The one who left heaven to make all things possible is knocking on your door. I hope you can make room. I hope you can make arrangement for him to answer. And if life is not so good that we're having the most terrible time of our life, all things are possible for him. The world wasn't that great when he came over. In fact, there's not even an announcement that he's coming. Nothing can stop our God from entering our hearts if we so choose. Friends and families, if Jesus was to physically join your Christmas, what would you do differently? And what if he's knocking at your door right now? Would you answer the door? Are you ready to answer him? Are you ready to let him in? Are you ready to open up your hearts to him? If you like this kind of content, please hit like, subscribe, and share to your friends and families. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a festive Happy New Year. Stay safe, everyone, and God bless.